Building up the temple, building up the temple for my Lord. Jesus, yes, he loves me. Jesus, yes, he loves me.
Hello. Today, I'll be talking to my great-grandmother. My grandma has a very strong faith in her Christianity. She goes to church every Sunday, prays every day, watches Christian services, meets with a prayer group, and leads family prayers. Her belief in Jesus and God is very strong, which is why I wanted to interview her today. My initial question to her was how Christianity influenced her life growing up.
My name is Joan Momi Shizuko Reyes. Okay, my mother, she loved to go to church, so whenever she went, naturally, I was young yet, so I went with her. While I was growing up, since my mother took me to church, Jesus have always been in my life. And then when I started going to work, there were young girls that were lonely and they needed help. So I talked to them about Jesus. And so they understood. So they themselves became a Christian. When I see young people lonely and they look like they have nothing in their life, I talk to them that Jesus died on the cross for them so they could have a full life and a peaceful one.
Here, my grandmother is talking about how she never doubted God.
I didn't doubt it for 1 minute because I learned that Jesus is the one that helps us and God created us. And so I am excited that when I get to, like I say, when I get to meet young people that's not happy, I talk to them and after that their life change. Okay, for instance, one is my cousin's son. He got into a motorcycle accident and then, he got involved in drugs and then at that time, I don't know, he claimed that a policeman was going to shoot him. But because of his accident, they examined his leg, they couldn't find no vein. So they said that they're going to cut that leg off because he needs a vein. But I told my cousin, do not allow them to cut it off because I'm coming to the hospital and I'm going to pray for him. Today, he's walking around with that same leg. Because every time when I pray for somebody, and I know it's not me, but it's Jesus using me to help that person.
In this part, my grandmother is talking about how God reaches out to her personally in her young adult life.
No, when I was young, growing up, no. I didn't have him talk to me or anything like that. I found him when I got older and when I needed help. But when I was young, I really didn't need the help because I was young and carefree. In a dream. That's why when I want something, I pray about it and then I dream about it. Mm-hmm. So when I dream, I wait. That means he's answering me. So when I wait, then I get the answer I want. If I had the dream is when I got married and I got all those children and I needed help and only one could help me was God. Because he just know how to answer you and he just know what you need and he will, like for instance, we needed a station wagon. We had a small car, but with all the children, I needed a station wagon. So I told him, well, let's just go see if we can buy one. Everybody was buying station wagon that year. So I said, let's go see if we can buy one. And And my husband said, how can we? We have no money. I told him, but I had a dream last night that I was driving this car, station wagon, 9-passenger, on the freeway that had no structure, nothing. The way was all clear. And I drove that car all the way up to the hillside. And then I told him that we are going to get the car. And he got mad with me. He said, no way. I said, but God showed me. And it was the exact car, aquamarine. He showed me aquamarine in my dream, and the car was aquamarine. And nobody knew it was in there. It was the last station wagon. It was hidden between two cars. They said they never found it. But when I went there, the lady was the one who went to get my first car. And then she said, aren't you the one that I approved the loan for the other car? I said, yeah. She said, how many children you have now? I told her 8. And she said, well, you really need a station wagon. I said, yeah, but I have no money. You know what she told me? She said, don't tell nobody, but I'm going to approve your loan. And at a small payment, everybody was paying big payments. I paid small payment. So that's how God answers me.
Here is my grandmother talking about a Christian holiday that she enjoyed growing up and why she enjoyed it growing up.
Out of all the holidays, I love Christmas. Because Christmas is the time when Christ was born. And he was born from a Virgin Mary. And because of his birth, we were able to inherit what God intends to give us.
Here's my grandmother talking about how religion and Christianity is important to her now.
It's important to me because every time when I pray for others to get well, and then when I pray for answers for myself when I want something, I ask him for it, and he will provide it for me.
I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to learn more about my grandmother's childhood and how religion affected her life growing up and her young adult life. I was surprised to hear how much about helping others helped my grandmother have a stronger belief in God and Christianity. I personally love to learn about how religion and how it impacts people in the world. So hearing my grandmother talk about how Christianity has blessed her throughout her life was very touching. I hope that listening to my grandma has in some way positively influenced your previous opinions and or take on Christianity and religion. Thank you so much to my grandma for letting me interview her.
You're welcome.
And thank you for listening to my podcast.
Building up the temple for my Lord. Jesus, yes, he loves me. One of you may not know it, but I pray for every one of you. I want to make sure David gets credit in heaven. So, thank the Lord for every one of you, and I love every one of you. I love you so much that every time when I talk about someone, I would say, oh, this one is like family to me. This one is like family to me. And as far as I'm concerned, you're all racist. Thank you. I love every one of you. Thank you.